The men's 5,000-meter Olympic heats in Paris were marred by unprecedented chaos, with dramatic tumbles and a shocking blunder that left the runners and fans stunned. As athletes pushed their limits, an uninvited guest on the track nearly derailed the competition, sparking outrage and disbelief. But what really happened during this bizarre sequence of events, and how did it impact the athletes vying for Olympic glory? Stick around as we break down the chaotic scenes that have everyone talking. The Paris Olympics have seen their fair share of thrills and spills, but the men's 5,000-meter heats took chaos to a new level on Wednesday. In a race where every second counts, the stakes couldn't be higher for the athletes striving to secure their place in the final. However, what should have been a straightforward, intense competition quickly turned into a farcical scene as a cameraman, oblivious to the action unfolding around him, wandered onto the track, nearly colliding with the oncoming runners. This unexpected disruption left top athletes, including Norway's Jakob Ingebrigtsen, fuming and added another layer of controversy to what has already been a tumultuous event. The disruption began innocuously enough, with the first heat of the men's 5,000 meters seeing its own share of drama. Team GB's George Mills, son of former England footballer Danny Mills, was running a strong race until an unfortunate collision with France's Hugo Hay sent him tumbling to the ground just as the finish line came into view. Mills, visibly upset, confronted Hay after the race, leading to a heated exchange that only added to the tension. Despite the setback, Mills managed to qualify, albeit in a disappointing 18th place, and later secured a spot in the final after winning an appeal. But if the first heat was intense, the second heat descended into near mayhem. As the runners powered into the final laps, a cameraman, seemingly focused on capturing the women's javelin qualifying event, strolled across the track, oblivious to the approaching athletes. The scene was nothing short of surreal as the cameraman, armed with a hefty camera rig, suddenly found himself surrounded by some of the world's fastest runners. Athletes were forced to swerve to avoid a potentially catastrophic collision, and while disaster was narrowly averted, the incident left a sour taste in the mouths of many competitors. Jakob Ingebrigtsen, one of the race's frontrunners, couldn't hide his frustration, gesturing angrily at the cameraman as he passed by. The Norwegian star later described the incident as amateurish, expressing his disbelief that such a mishap could occur at the Olympic Games. For some, their race is ruined, Ingebrigtsen lamented, highlighting the seriousness of the disruption. Despite the chaos, he managed to keep his focus and went on to win the heat, securing his place in the final alongside Ethiopia's Ben-Ayam Mihari and Belgium's Isaac Kim Eli. However, the incident raised serious questions about the organization and safety protocols at the Paris Olympics, with many criticizing the oversight that allowed such a dangerous situation to unfold. In the earlier heat, the collision that led to George Mills' fall added to the day's controversies. Mills, who had been pacing himself perfectly for a strong finish, was left incensed after being brought down by Hay. The Paris post-race confrontation was tense, with Mills furiously pointing and expressing his frustration over what he saw as a clear infringement. Speaking to the BBC, Mills didn't hold back, calling the incident unfair and indicating that British athletics would be appealing the result. His appeal was successful, but the incident highlighted the high stakes and the intense emotions at play in Olympic competition, where even the smallest mistake can have significant consequences. The chaotic scenes in the men's 5,000-meter heats at the Paris Olympics serve as a stark reminder of the unpredictability and high stakes of Olympic competition. From George Mills' dramatic tumble and subsequent confrontation with Hugo Hay to the bizarre intrusion of a cameraman onto the track, the event was filled with moments that left athletes and fans alike in disbelief. As the dust settles and the athletes prepare for the final, one thing is clear: these Olympics are anything but ordinary. What are your thoughts on the disruption caused by the cameraman, and do you think it could have been avoided? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates on the Paris Olympics and other breaking sports news. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.